Kevin, it's been a pleasure hosting you here as one of our sponsors, but also thank you for agreeing to a light interview with us.
Of course.
Can you tell us a little bit, first of all, about the company, what the key products are?
Absolutely. So we're global financial data, and what we do is we specialize in long-term historical data. So we cover all asset classes across 200 countries, and really what we've tried to do is provide research and data sets that give you a 200-year, 300-year, even 400-year perspective, depending on the market. So, again, if we're looking at stocks in the U.S., we're going to cover, basically all listed and delisted stocks, their price history and their corporate action going back all the way to the 1700s. So, from a technical analysis function, there's really some nice things you can do looking at much longer term cycles. And it's something that a lot of our clients that are coming on board are having fun kind of plugging in this data that they never really knew existed, and taking their strategy back, that might be modeled back to the 1970s or even the 1980s, and they're extending it back to periods like the Great Depression, which we see a lot of similarities with what's been going on over the past few years.
How do you notice the growing trends? I mean, in terms of interest levels in your product, let's say post-2007 crisis, is there more uptake, more interest in looking at historical data?
Absolutely, I think so. It's been, the economic downturn was really actually kind of what launched our company into its growth phase, because the common methods of if you have a quantitative strategy, or if you're looking at overall economic cycles, we were experiencing something that everyone pretty much thought that had never been experienced before. So, realizing that there was more data available, and to try and make ties to historical epochs that no one's ever looked at, you could actually get a good idea. One of the things that was funny was that CNBC was basically on air saying that these were at all-time historical lows and interest rate environments, and we approached them and said that's not actually the case. We've had, even though we're seeing things that have never happened before in financial markets, you can make similarities if you have a long enough data set, in my opinion.
And your general experience of the MTA Symposium 2013 and the 40-year anniversary, how do you feel?
It was great. It was fantastic. It was fun. I thought that the speakers were all very entertaining and very very valuable, particularly this morning's session. And we had a great time. It was good to see some familiar faces. This is the second year we've been doing it, and we'll continue to do it, because these are the type of shows that we keep coming back, and even just after being here for 2 years, you see the same faces, and it's been great.
And in your opinion, I mean, going out into the future, why do you think sponsors might gain some value in being at such events? Well,
it's brand recognition as much as anything, but not only that. When you can come to these sponsorship events, from a sales perspective, what we do. This is the one area where you can actually have people that have used your product talking on behalf of it. So, you might be talking to someone at your booth, and someone might not know what the product is, but they come up and they know that you're a little bit of a salesman, but when they hear it from someone that's used it, realize the value in it, I mean, that speaks volumes more than any marketing piece, anything I can say, because obviously I have a bias with my company. So, I mean, you run into a lot of people that end up being just really great proponents of what you do, and that I think that would extend to any company, any product that would be of value to this audience.
Thank you very much, and hopefully look forward to seeing you next year.
Yeah, absolutely, we'll be here. Well, thank you very much.
Thank you.